First of all, I think Holy Cross just played an outstanding game tonight. I mean, we knew we had our hands full. I mean, they were coming off a game where they scored, in the 80s against Bucknell and lost at the buzzer and had 44 at halftime. So we talked about it for the last 2 days. We tried to prepare our kids, for that. But they really were in a zone, I thought, offensively. Their execution was sharp. They just kept us on our heels the whole first half, and that sort of set the tempo of the game. And I'm proud of the way we came out in the second half. I thought quite frankly, we were out of it in the first half. Whether it's a hangover from the Navy win on Saturday or not, we just were half a step slow, and they kept punishing us inside. And you're not going to win a lot of games when your starting front line goes 0 for 9. I mean, and their front line scores 27, and then their 2 centers combined for 16. So combined between Harrigan and Parker. So it's just we knew we had our hands full. We beat a different team in January up in Worcester. They were missing 2 starters, and Bree Malone and Emily Parker. And no matter how much we talked about it, the reality is that's a different team when they're at full strength. And quite honestly, they still weren't at full strength. They were missing one of their best guards, Lindsay Mifsud. So we honestly had we were on our heels all night, and we had to rely too much on Kelsey Minato to put us. She put us on her back and got us back into the game. I mean, we were down by as many, I think, as 18. And, to cut it to 2, but then that was a dagger when Smith hit that deep corner 3. Then we missed a couple shots, and we just couldn't sustain that momentum.
Like I said, the highest I've gotten was like 32 points. But for me, I just knew that I needed to attack the basket because they were taking taking us out of a lot of our sets in terms of getting over the flare screens and the back screens, stuff like that. So we weren't getting a lot of outside shots, and we weren't hitting the outside shots that we had. So I knew that I needed to set the tempo and just attack the basket. And 26 free throws, that's a lot. So that worked. But credit to Holy Cross because they hit a lot of big shots across the board. Gillespie, Smith, they all hit big shots that were kind of deflating for us.
Well, I think one of the things about Holy Cross is that they were a team that early in the year. They were 11-3. They were beating really good. I always thought they were one of the top teams in the league. Navy's obviously the top team in the league, and we're a contender. But I think Holy Cross is probably the most talented team in the league, top to bottom. So to me, take the record aside. The fact that they struggled a little bit, they had some situations, obviously, with the team. With the coaching situation that I'm sure gave them a little bit of, in terms of adjustments and stuff. But all in all, they're still one of the most talented teams in the league, and we've had a great history with them. So, but yeah, you're right. Whether it's Holy Cross, certainly you got Bucknell coming in here on Saturday who just beat Holy Cross. So we have to understand that if we're not ready to play, if we come out like we did tonight against Bucknell, it could be, this thing could start rolling in the wrong direction.
I don't keep track of, how many points I'm scoring. For me, it's just what can I do to help my team and help us close the deficit that we had, 18 points. So that was really all that I was focused on and trying to get my teammates going because, we all started out flat. So I think attacking the basket and getting to the foul line was a way for us to get points and stop the clock. So that's what I tried to do, and no one else really got that many free throws, but Jen hit some big shots. Allie Sarah came in and hit some big shots, but just us starting flat and not prepared to play really hurt us in the beginning and kind of set the tone for the entire game.